Hi there. Hi, YouTube. My name is Joanna Danielle, and I am a founder of Wounds to Scars, where we work with adult survivors of childhood trauma and abuse. We provide a safe place for people to heal by providing conferences, online courses, and retreats. Welcome to those who are here for the first time. If you're watching me for the first time, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing the channel. We're here every day at 1 p.m., around 1 p.m. British Standard Time. So welcome. I'm so glad that you're here and that you can join me. So every day I'm here talking about how to get through this crisis that we're in. The world has changed. World has changed. Never lived this before. And chances are, well, I'm hoping we don't live it again. And we don't know what's going to emerge next year when we're out of this. When we got into lockdown or when we got into the coronavirus and the crisis, we didn't expect it to last this long. We thought we would be back to normal by summer. Turns out it's not, and we're in winter, which is some of the toughest time of the year. And we are 8 months since this all started. Some people lives were changed drastically. For some people, not much has changed. And so today I'm dealing with one of those topics that hasn't changed much for a lot of people. And if you fall into this category, I want you to know that my heart is for you. There, I know a little bit about it, not recently, but knew a little bit about it. Yesterday, I talked about how to stay in touch without breaking the rules, how to stay in touch with other people without breaking the rules, and give you some ideas of some of the things that you can do to stay in touch with others. And today, I'm talking about loneliness and isolation and how to manage that. I was reflecting on that yesterday, actually, especially as we're nearing the festive season. For those of you who live in the US, there's Thanksgiving, and there's this time of holiday when you look forward to spending time with family and friends. And this year you can't, perhaps. And for the rest of us who live in other parts of the world, Christmas might not be the same as you're used to. And again, for some people, nothing has changed. You were lonely before, and this kind of made the situation worse, but it's not different. It's the same thing. And how do you manage? How do you deal with those intense periods of loneliness? And there comes a certain point when we want a shift, we want something to happen, and what do we do? Now, as I said, I know just a small window. I lived on my own for a time before I moved to the UK and got married and lived with my siblings and all that. For me, that wasn't a lonely period. It's just a couple of years, not a long period. But as an introvert, it's fine. I don't mind. Seeing people at work was enough. I know that for some people, this is not enough. And especially when you get to a certain stage in your life, you might be thinking differently. I might be thinking differently. I don't know. I didn't get an opportunity to. But I wanted to talk about how to manage that and how to manage it, because it's really important that it is managed. It's really important that you have a perspective on it that's going to help you to get through it. Really important. So, there's some people who can be lonely in a crowd. So it doesn't matter. And I want to talk to you as well. If you are in a family system that is isolating and you're lonely, I want to talk to you as well and help you find a way to also navigate that loneliness and that space that you feel. And you know what I always say here, when I dealt with thoughts, I talked about this quite a lot. The story that you tell yourself, the story that you tell yourself around this period and what you're experiencing is really important. When we so the thoughts will influence a story and a way to feel about your situation and the story sometimes is going to be peppered with untruths. Lots of things that are not true are going to be in that story. Okay, so be very mindful of that. So, what am I telling myself about the situation that I'm in? What's the story that I'm telling myself? So, say you're in a family system and you're lonely in that place for different reasons. What story are you telling yourself about it? Really important that you ask yourself those questions. If you're living on your own and you're finding this particularly challenging, ask yourself those questions too. And it might be difficult, might be hard, might be challenging to do it, and you might not want to do it. But believe me, this exercise will help you to navigate it safer. What am I telling myself about where I am? To find a sense of peace and settledness within, to find a sense of calmness and groundedness within. What does my place of calm and groundedness feels like, so I can know when I've shifted from there? Because despite what the external circumstances are, that you have to work on getting that, or you should try and work on getting that, um, to knowing and understanding that, so that you can get yourself back, so that you can know what shift you and you can get yourself back. Because it's not loneliness per se and living on your own per se that does it. It will be different things, different stories within that, that probably exacerbates the feelings. So ask, what do I think? How do I feel about this? What are my thoughts, and what are the things that I'm telling myself, and how do I change the narrative? How do I change the narrative? And how do I feel about it? And how do I change the narrative? So ask yourself those questions. I like journaling. I like to um, encourage people to journal. Write your thoughts down and see how you're feeling about it, and what are you feeling? How can you fix that? How can you fix the thoughts so the feeling can be fixed? Because there's nothing external that will fix it. It has to be an internal process, an internal working, a coming to a place of, to be able to do it. So here's another thing that you can do to help you through this time. Take up a hobby. What is it that you like to do that you haven't done for a long time, or that you've neglected? What is it that you like to do? Do that thing. Whether it's books, a certain type of books, whether it's crochet, knitting, using your hands to do something, learning a new skill, learning a new language, something that's going to help, to something to look forward to. Give yourself something to look forward to. We're not going anywhere because we can't go anywhere. There's no social gathering happen. And over the holidays there might not be any social gathering happen either. So give yourself something to do. What can I do? What are the things that I can do? Yesterday I gave some examples of things that you can do to stay connected without breaking the rules. Maybe some of the same things might apply in, there are a range of different things that you can do to break it up. But the story, what you do is going to be in the story, because if your story is one that makes you feel unable to move or make decisions, then you're not going to want to do anything. Everything is going to be dull and lackluster. Everything is going to lose the sunshine. You won't be able to manage anything. Nothing will be doable, and there's going to be a negative outlook on most things. So I'm encouraging you to challenge that, and that's a way to manage the loneliness and isolation. To you do something that will get you going. It's kind of like when you're feeling low and you want to go for a walk, and you know that if you go outside and deep breathe and get a walk, you're going to be feeling better, but you don't really want to go. And so there's a battle going on. Go outside, not go outside. Go outside, not go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go for a walk. But when you do make yourself go for the walk, that you feel a lot better. And it's kind of like that as well, to deal with managed loneliness and isolation. You don't want to make the call. You don't want to go visit someone. You don't want to volunteer. You don't want to practice a hobby or an interest or something that's going to stimulate you. You don't want to join an online community where there are people who share ideas and talk and laugh and grow together, and you know that that will help you. But you might have a fixed view of what it might take to end these feelings. You might have a fixed set idea, a rigidity in your thinking that won't help you. So I'm inviting you to open that up and to think about that in a different way, and to invite other perspectives in that could help you to manage this period in a different way. All right. So that's what I'm inviting you to do, inviting you to open it up, look at other things, think about other possibilities in a way to get you through this. We want you to be able to get through. Now, I know that the holiday wasn't always wonderful for everybody. Not everybody every year look forward to the holidays, because for some people the holidays are even more isolated, even when they have family and they go to the family members. So for everybody, it's not the same. But I want you to know that whatever happens, just know that what you tell yourself is going to be important. Normalize it for yourself. Think about, we're all in this together. We're all experiencing some level of discomfort and newness and differentness. And we're all having to manage to deal with it in different ways. So find a community of people that is managing theirs in a way that you can admire and you can learn from and you can grow together. Okay, so that's what I wanted to come and talk about today. I'll be here tomorrow, which is Thursday. I've been mixing my days up all week, but I'll be here tomorrow, which is Thursday, and coming to you again with some more tips that can help you get through this season. In December, I'm starting a whole series on how to get through the holidays during this time, how to manage. Okay, so until tomorrow at 1 p.m. ish, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.